you have revolved your entire identity around one dream, one career, and now it's gone. And so you feel lost, empty, unsure how to find yourself again. And I know this pain because I've lived it. I trained for years to become a black belt world champion in jiu-jitsu, but when I lost that passion for that dream, it just completely shattered me. I couldn't find a solution that helped, so I decided to create one, and I call it the Rule of Three method. And now I teach individuals like you my method to rebuild purpose, reclaim your identity, and live a life that feels true to who you really are. Now, this pain you're currently feeling is coming from an ego story that is coming to fruition. And know that with a strong ego comes with it strong protection. And in a way to think of this is your ego, if let's say failure was a huge pain point for you, your ego will do whatever it can to protect itself from that label. But why does this happen? Well, this stems typically from an injured self-worth. That who you are in its purest form is unacceptable and needs to be casted aside, or you have to replace it with something more accepted in the eyes of who you believe you need it from in order to feel more whole again. Career, business, or athletics is a way for us to ignore that pain or try to heal it with a stronger ego, due to the fact that what you will receive during that process is admiration, awards, money, status, all things alike. And understand that having an ego is no cause for alarm unless you abandon the self. Before we continue, if this content is resonating with you and you actually find a lot of help out of this, click that link below and sign up to my free monthly newsletter. I'm going to send you all the information regarding my Rule of Three method absolutely for free. This is something that I wish I had during my period of time when I felt lost, confused, and try to rebuild myself back again after a dream that I lost. And so if that connects to you, click that link below and sign up absolutely for free. The self is who you are when nobody is around. And if you have a hard time sort of conceptualizing this idea, think back to when you were a child. When you were a child, you were more connected to this idea of self. In other words, the soul. You experienced and saw things through your eyes alone, and you did not see it from the eyes of other people, who we only in the future take upon their judgment and their criticism onto ourselves, which then starts to warp everything that we see. Now, if you ignore the self, cast it aside, pursue strengthening your ego, the long-term effects you might find are disassociation, essentially disconnecting from everything. Colors start to feel dull. You can look at that literally or metaphorically. You'll also find that no matter how much you've achieved and accomplished, you find you can't feel what you've built around you. You can't actually conceptualize and experience it at all. So now the question is, what do we do about this? Well, you must first understand that the ego and the self have to work in harmony. They have to integrate in that relationship. And so before you transition into the next journey right away, assuming the shiny object in front of you is the answer, I want you first to practice being a nobody. Essentially abandon all titles, all the expectations you feel you have to fulfill. Explore the inner world that you have. We all have it. For some, it might be more vivid than others. And the reason for that is because we've just disconnected for a very long time. But you can rekindle that. And the way you can start, just as a few examples, is first playing games with children, nephews, cousins, or younger siblings. Children have an amazing ability to, before they actually get influenced and affected by outside influence, they are just pure individuals. They play, they enjoy, they don't have any ulterior motives in their minds. And so being around that can really reduce the noise in your head. Spend time in nature or do a good deed for somebody that you will never see again, and make that a regular habit and actually put it as a part of your schedule. And by doing this on a long enough time horizon, you're going to start to rekindle that once familiar light that's always been inside of you. Listen to it carefully, and there will come a time where this aha moment will just hit you, and you will say, I know what I must do. Now, what that means exactly will be different for everybody.